Let's talk about headgear for wrestlers, primarily folk style wrestling. As most of you know, there are two kinds of wrestling, folk style and freestyle. Folk style wrestling is almost a must as far as headgear is concerned. This came about in 1970. In 1970, the National Scholastic Association made it a rule that wrestlers had to have headgear or ear guards. Prior to that time, it was up to the wrestler whether he wanted or not. And as many of you can verify, and many of you have seen, both mothers, wrestlers, fathers, and so on, cauliflower ear is very, very common in wrestling. For some wrestlers, it's almost like a badge of courage. In other words, if they don't have one, they aren't a wrestler, really. This comes about primarily not so much from matches, but from turnout. Many wrestlers still to this day do not wear a headgear in turnout, which is a shame because this is where most injuries occur. Coaches more and more, however, are making wrestlers wear their headgear in turnout, and it's a good thing because a cauliflower ear is nothing to be sneezed at. It's not a life or death situation, but it's definitely painful and definitely, depending on the eye of the beholder, can be pretty darn unsightly. In 1970, what tended to come to be was Cliff Keen has always been a leader as far as headgear is concerned. They started out with two headgear. They started out with one called the four-strap, and that's this one here, and it had various colors with the four straps. This is still standard today. Most collegiate wrestlers, for instance, still wear a four-strap headgear. Not because it necessarily gives them the greatest protection in the world, but it's easy to put on, easy to take off, and it's something that they're accustomed to and use. The other one that they used to start off with was called a halo, and again, this is a Cliff Keen headgear. You don't see these much anymore. Fact of the matter is, if you want a halo, we'll sell you one for $5. It's a great headgear to start your little kid off with. It fits almost anybody. You can adjust it up, adjust it down, and for entry-level kids, it can't be beat. A lot of people like halos, but it's getting out of favor, so to speak. Those are the two standards. What happened as headgear started to evolve was the fact that more and more foam started to become involved, and an attempt to try to make them stay on came involved. The two most popular headgear on today's market, again, are Cliff Keen. Here's a Cliff Keen Tornado. It's a four-strap headgear. Notice the foam. Your whole cheek is encapsulated in foam on both sides. This thing stays on fairly well, and it's definitely the most comfortable headgear on the market today. Taking it a step further, Cliff Keen tried to emulate their halo headgear, so they've come up with what they call the twister. This is the three-strap headgear, very similar to the halo. It's not as popular as a tornado, but some people don't want four straps, and if that's the case, then Cliff Keen offers what they call a twister. Notice the straps are wider, and again, total foam encapsulation on the whole cheek and ear. It's a very comfortable headgear. Brute is the other company that makes headgear, and it does a very good job. It's tried to emulate the Cliff Keen headgear. This is the 0G6, and we bought a gazillion of these babies. We've got them in navy, we've got them in red and black, we've got them in maroon, we've got them in royal and yellow. We've got almost any color you'd want, and we're selling these babies not $29.95 or $30. We're selling them for $19. And any color you want for a team situation, you're not going to beat them. Complete foam on the cheek side, and it's just truly an excellent buy. You're never going to find a better buy than those suckers right there. For the youth, this is the LEO6. This is a youth headgear, and we're selling this baby right now for about $14. Can't hardly beat that price. It's normally a $27 headgear. We also have from Brute, we got carloads of these things this summer. We bought the old Q quad headgear. This is the quad 2, and you can get them in almost any color you want. And this is, again, was a $26 headgear. We're selling it for $16.99. We're saving you $10 on these headgear. We've got them in every color, every size. So, I mean, these are terrific buys for headgear. And Matman is certainly a major player. They have 3 headgear. One of them that we sell a lot of as far as youth are concerned is this is called the Ultra, and it adjusts both for adult and for youth. It comes in a number of different colors, and it's for the money, it's a pretty darn good headgear. Matman emulated Cliff Keen as far as what they call their classic is concerned. It's a 4-strap classic. Similar foam on the outside ears. Almost the same as a Cliff Keen. Costs a little less money. As far as wear and tear is concerned, it's going to last you just as long. And again, numerous colors are available. Their Ultra Tech is another headgear that they have. Lots of foam, a little bit more design on the outside. And again, it's a 4-strap headgear, very popular. We sell a lot of these. And again, numerous colors as far as Matman is concerned. Matman has a new headgear coming out this year. It emulates the Cliff Keen Twister. It'll come in various colors, and in fact 172 color combinations, maybe even more. The other company, of course, is Asics. Asics is probably the biggest manufacturer in wrestling as far as gear is concerned, and they have a couple of headgear that we sell a lot of. Number one is their Quantum. The Quantum has a quality that none of the others have. It uses what's called kinetofoam. And if you've ever seen the bed advertisements where you get into the bed and you put your hand on it and the hand sinks in and then you leave a handprint when you take it off, that's what kinetofoam is, and that's of course what Asics has on their EarGuard. It's kinetofoam that sits right next to your ear and right next to your cheek. Very, very comfortable. Numerous colors. You can have it any color you want, different color straps, different color earpieces, and so on. It's a popular headgear, and we're talking again $29 headgear here. The one we sell the most of from Asics is called the Old Style, and again, it's the classic 4-strap headgear. 1, 2, 3, 4 straps. We sell a number of these. We have them in all colors. We sell them because on a team price, you can't beat it. We're talking $14, $15 for a headgear like this, and it's just an excellent buy. We pride ourselves in looking around, checking the market, trying to find out what's a good deal for you folks, and we feel like we've really got some exceptional purchases for you this particular year. If you're looking for all the new headgear, look for the Cliff Keen. Adidas has come out with a new headgear this year called the Addy Strike. Unbeatable. That pretty well does it for all the headgear manufacturers. If you have any questions, again, call our operator, and we'll be more than happy to talk to you about the headgear and the headgear that best fits your needs.